Hey guys, welcome back. I am your host Derek, and this is a plot of confusion, but the talk today, let it not be so confusing. Something I've always paid attention to is animal die-offs, because, well, typically that's just, bam, immediate showing that something isn't right in our environment. But I want to read to you, coming out of the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 3, and I'll read out of the ESV. Therefore the land mourns, and all who dwell in the languish, and also the beasts of the field, and the birds of the heavens, and even the fish of the sea are taken away. Now, to see this, you're thinking, well, wait a second. What was Hosea prophecy talking about? It's literally talking about coming to that last days, those end time events, animals across the world, whether they are in the air, in the sea, or walking on the earth, or in the dirt, are going to be taken away. And this is a thing that's always had puzzled me for a long time, because I would look at this and be like, well, if this happens, this would have to be immediately an eye-opener. It would have to be, bam, hey, you need to get things right, because, well, there's some changes going on in the world today. So I was curious as I tried to keep up with this. You have this right here. This is deals with the animal die-offs. This is a website. I'll have a link down below if you would like to have a link or go to it and see. But let's just take a look at August right here. Tens of thousands of fish died due to wildfires in California. Thousands of dead fish wash up in a lake in New South Wales. I mean, these are the things, and we're going to go to the headlines. You've got more than 60 dolphins, dead dolphins, right here that just washed up on the northern coast in so far of the year 2022. You have not only this at the Black Sea, that's happening there at the Black Sea, 60 dolphins, but you also have this mystery in Welch Road is seen covered in dead seagulls that just for some reason fell out of the sky. The mystery surrounding why so many seagulls have been found dead along the A55 in North Wales fears that it is due to a fresh outbreak of bird flu. Okay, bird flu as being the cause of this. I mean, this amount of numbers of this happening can also make animals go extinct. I mean, it is alarming. You have another thing where you have fish that has washed up around the world, where they're just the blowfish. You have thousands. You got right here thousands. Dead fish stunned the NSW community. Residents at Lake Margaret has been shocked after thousands of dead fish were found washed up on the shore. On top of this, not only that, but you have this here, saying wildfires, the death of tens of thousands of fish in California. Tribes says right here because of the wildfires. According to Native American tribes, saying that this is unheard. It's happening everywhere. So the question that I have to ask is that, what do you think? What do you think about all these different animal die-offs? Because it doesn't just stop there. I mean, you can come here, and I'll have the link, like I said, to this. But you can see that, 1.5 million livestock dead to a drought in Ethiopia. Thousands of seabirds dead. Dozens of dead seabirds found washed up on the Isles of Man. You have hundreds of dead fish washed up on a beach, never seen before, in Spain. I mean, this is just this year, okay? Dozens of dead seabirds found again in Scotland. You have another seabirds being found, and and no one can tell us the cause. You got another in England, hundreds of dead seabirds found in England. Now, for me, I would have to say, well, what's the culprit? What's causing this? But it goes on even more in New York. You have thousands of dead fish washed up. Thousands of dead fish washed up in Baltimore. You have hundreds and hundreds of dead seabirds found on beaches in Scotland again. 50 plus whales died after stranding in Argentina. The list: 3,000 dead dolphins due to the past few months in the Black Sea. Tens of thousands of dead fish washed up. Dozens of dead turtles, dolphins. It's as if the list goes on and on and on. And it is, as you're looking at this, you're going, these aren't small numbers. These are beyond mindset of saying, hey, some of this stuff that if we actually had this happen to, let's say, the tigers in the world, you would have a whole species extinct. So I tell people all the time is that, don't always scream end times, that we're in the end is here, end is nigh. But do show people and ask the question, why is this right here, for me, is kind of proven to me that this Bible verse, that there's more to it than just meets the eye. That if we take a look at it and what's happening in our world today, and we go, something's not right, we just have to sit there and say it's not all on climate change, because some of the stuff is just unnatural. And start saying, what is the root cause? What is causing animals today in alarming rate? So much that there's websites and there's studies and there's grants out there to figure out what is causing these massive animal die-offs. So far, no one understands or has a clue from the scientific community why this is happening. So I look at it from the supernatural side of it. And I look at what it says in the scriptures of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 3. The land is mourning, and that everyone is in languish over these beasts of the field and fowls of heaven and the fish of the sea are being taken away. I mean, they're literally being taken away before our eyes. And this isn't something that you can ignore, because eventually this is going to start affecting us for food. And when this happens, people are not able to have their job fishing because there's nothing there. We can't have cattle because there's nothing there. You can't get the birds of the air because there's nothing there. When will we as a human being, as humans, look at this and say, this text, this 2,000 plus year old text is telling me this? What else could this text be telling me? And could it help me maybe be able to turn the world around? I would hope so. As always, guys, please stay in prayer. Please pay attention to the times you're living in. And remember, you never know what lies around the corner. So you've got to make sure you pay attention to every detail. God bless.